An episode featuring Indian food. That brings back painful memories. Good luck getting that image out of your mind. So, first map episode of the season. We get an explanation of why the map's been less active, and Spike proves that he'll never miss a beat to mention Starlight's past mistakes. At some point, I'm expecting a dope smack. But that's not the focus of this here episode. No, this time around, it's Rarity and Pinkie Pie and Mod Pie. Wait, no, sorry. We did that several episodes ago. This one's just Rarity and Pinkie. I know they play off one another well, but it's a little troubling that we're getting the same groupings close together. I'm more optimistic about how the ponies handle themselves in Canterlot. No more aimless wandering, hoping for a guide as Rarity and Applejack did in Manhattan. Pinkie knows what's what. They're present for a reason, so the best course is to act as they normally would. Pinkie in particular acts with total honesty. She doesn't like the food, and she expresses it. She smells something good, she goes there, thus introducing us to Saffron Masala and her father, Coriander Cumin. I love these new characters. Not only are their designs wonderful, but they play off one another like real family.
Oh yes! I did not move halfway across Equestria for my daughter that I never listened to.
They also work well with our heroines. It's a strange situation because compared to Zephyr Breeze from last week, we know less about these two. Yet they're more endearing because they're not so ego-driven. Then again, we were supposed to not like Zephyr at the start, whereas these two are sympathetic, struggling restaurant owners. We'll get to the character we're not supposed to like soon. Many folks have praised Pinkie's role in this while lamenting Rarity's presentation. And to a point I agree. Rarity made it a point to mention her Canterlot boutique, yet she's committing an even worse error than Sassy Saddles. Sassy overemphasized one design to win over the city, while Rarity completely removed any identity from the tasty treat to win over a single critic. I can see why folks gravitate more towards Pinkie's emphasis on being yourself. However, I fear this episode cast its moral in so great an absolute, we might overlook some things. Let me base it off a quote from Thomas Jefferson. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. So what is the principle here? Well, Saffron said it.
That's all I've ever wanted to do, Father. Make food for the ponies of Canterlot, like the food we made together when I was younger.
Rarity's error was removing the food and undermining the restaurant's principle, but the look of the place is more style. I think Rarity had the right idea in updating the tasty treat interior, though she went to too far an extreme. Canterlot is not open to new things, and while I love the restaurant's visuals, I can also imagine guests feeling bombarded by the decor. Updating the look makes the setting more inviting to an uncertain customer base. I think it was a misstep to reset the interior to exactly the way it was before. Without compromise, we as the audience end up seeing the situation cast as right or wrong. Meanwhile, I understand the draw of Pinkie's message. After all, the brony community in general prides itself on nonconformity. Yet Pinkie is so insistent on being nonconformist, she doesn't realize that the style she's employing isn't working, and expects that doing more of the same will fix things.
What will we do?
Try harder.
She's shunning conformity to a group, but expects that everyone will conform to her presentation. For all her blunders, it is Rarity who realizes the need to change. She understands how to craft a message to draw the crowd. So while Rarity committed the greater mistake, I get the sense that she's the one who learned the lesson and found the solution. Not as sure about Pinkie. I can guarantee you that the food critic Zesty Gourmand didn't learn squat. A food critic who refuses to even taste. I consider this a strawmare argument if not for recent events. The arguments over upcoming movie trailers, or indeed the way we expect more or less from an episode given the title character. If I say that an episode will star Spike, do you start to form an opinion before even seeing it? Yeah, it's that easy. Zesty Gourmand is a fine stick-in-the-mud character for our heroes to struggle against, but I also see her as a caution for anyone who wants to be involved in a community. Top this episode off with a smorgasbord of Chef Pony cameos, and you've got one visually tasty experience. The settings are wonderful with background ponies galore. The newest members of the second-tier staff are welcome additions with hopeful potential. Rarity and Pinkie may not have been at their best, but I still enjoyed how they played off one another and realized the best possible solution. I'm not as swayed by the morals presentation as I feel it's cast too far in absolutes. A little compromise between individuality and approachable appeal isn't surrendering your whole self. Hold strong to the values you believe in and let no one else tell you how to feel. But when the time comes to express that principle, consider what's the best way to reach others. I'm Silver Quilted. Thanks for watching.